就是一切为了人民，一切依靠人民。从笑场，
你居然笑场！
It's already halfway through August 2024, and floods in China are still serious. Starting from August 8, 2024, Yan'an City, Shanxi Province has been hit by a new round of heavy rains. Yan'an has always been called the Holy Land of Revolution by the CCP. This video shows a scene where a farmyard in Yulin City, Shanxi Province encountered flooding on August 8th. It had been raining the day before, but not much water was on the ground. After a while, the flood suddenly and quickly submerged the small courtyard. It's believed to have been caused by the release of water from the local reservoir. From 8 p.m. on August 8th to 5 a.m. on August 9th, 2024, Jidan County, Yan'an City, Shanxi Province encountered heavy rain. The maximum rainfall exceeded the historical extreme, reaching 179.1 millimeters. The local area was severely affected, and it was reported that a dam was also washed away. A large number of cars were washed away by the flood and blocked the mouth of a ditch. This video shows a shocking scene in which many cars were washed away by floods and piled up in a pile. Some people said that it rained heavily at that time and the mud and water were 2 meters high. This video shows a heavy rainstorm in Jidan County at night. The next morning, many cars were covered in mud. On August 9th, 2024, victims who narrowly escaped death revealed that all the first floors in this area were flooded on the evening of the 8th. Many houses were washed away, and people had no time to escape. The people who were rescued were all on the second floor or above. Local victims said, the first flood occurred around midnight on the 8th, and the second flood occurred between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning on the 9th. The main reason was that everyone was asleep, and the flood came too quickly, so they would definitely not be able to escape in time. There was nothing we can do. The facade room was seriously damaged. This video reflects the scene of a Chenghuang Miao ditch after heavy rain on August 9th, 2024. The video was probably taken by a mother fleeing with her children. Let's go, take the baby on your back, put it on your back and hurry up. It's okay, just put it on your back and walk. Hurry up, I can't care about so much now. Do you understand? It would be great if we could escape now. The two videos show scenes of floodwaters receding with houses in a mess. On August 9th, 2024, an ex-platform netizen posted, such disasters and accidents continue to occur in China both due to heavy rains, floods, and other reasons, as well as too much infringement of nature, leaving insufficient space for floods. The most obvious reason is to build buildings where they should not be built. The most obvious one is to fill in and encroach on the wetlands around the lake, leaving the floods with nowhere to go, which naturally causes floods. Then there is the government's inaction, allowing disasters to wreak havoc and the people resign to their fate. This video shows the scene of the flood gradually receding. The streets are a mess, and it can be seen that the floodwaters once covered the first floor. Local people in Jidan County said rescue relied on the private sector, and many caring people came from other places. Street flushing is all done by these caring people who use big trucks to clean up the mud. The local government is paralyzed and only blocks news. They sent police to prevent people from approaching the severely affected areas. As long as people take videos with their mobile phones, they are stopped by the police. Chinese state media reported that only one person died there and more than 5,600 people were evacuated. According to local victims, the local government required these victims to register with their ID cards. Surprisingly, only more than 600 disaster victims are registered now, while the original permanent population of Chenghuang Miao ditch was more than 2,200. So, where did these 1,500 people go? On August 14th, several cities in Hunan issued flash flood warnings. Since August 2024, there have been heavy rains in many places in China. This is a scene of rain on the streets of Tangshan City, Hebei Province on August 12th. On August 13th, 2024, Dalian City, Liaoning Province suffered heavy rainfall. Driving is like sailing. From August 8th to 12th, 2024, heavy rainfall occurred in most areas of Chifeng City, Inner Mongolia. Many rivers experienced surges, causing large areas of farmland along the rivers to be flooded. Floods broke out in many places in China, and in many of the affected areas, the flood discharge from local reservoirs made the disasters more serious. However, in the face of catastrophe, it's rare to see Chinese government officials visiting the affected people. On August 1st, 2024, Li Chang, Premier of the State Council of China, went to Chengzhou City, Hunan Province to sympathize with the people affected by the disaster. This is also the highest level CCP official to inspect the disaster areas since the floods occurred in China this summer. Screenshots from the video show that Li Chang and others were all wearing black leather shoes. If you really want to understand the disaster situation, you should wear rain boots. Although it was an official show, except for Li Chang, it's rare to hear of other senior Chinese officials visiting the disaster area. The people had to face the aftermath of the disaster on their own. This video shows people cleaning houses flooded with silt after a major flood. After a ruthless flood, mud was left in the house. Fortunately, these sofas were not washed away. Everything else is gone. Look here, what can we do? Even though the people are suffering, struggling, and crying, the Chinese government is still keen to put on a show and take photos of people thanking the disaster relief soldiers. This video was shot on August 8, 2023. It said that after people in Shulan City, Jilin Province were out of danger of floods, they made more than 10,000 dumplings for the officers and soldiers involved in the rescue. The scene looks touching, but the problem is that when big floods come, the houses of villagers living in bungalows are usually flooded, and it's doubtful whether the victims can have enough to eat. Where did they get this clean white flour, meat, vegetables, and tools to make dumplings? In July 2024, the floods in Hunan were very serious. In August, although the victims in Hunan survived, the Chinese government's relief supplies were not released in time, causing some victims to starve to death. This is also a real case of the Chinese government's ineffective rescue. When Chinese people suffer disasters, the Chinese government not only fails to provide timely rescue, but also seeks profits from the disaster. The government does not consider the victims who need relief supplies. In order to hide the actual death toll in the disaster area, rescue teams from other places were not allowed to participate in rescuing people. On December 18, 2023, a 6.2 magnitude earthquake occurred in Jishishan, Linxia City, Gansu Province. The houses of local farmers collapsed one after another. The casualties were serious. Many victims live in tents, lack relief supplies, and suffer from hunger and cold. On December 23, 2023, ex-platform netizen Truth Media posted, "The Red Cross Society of China has assisted Gaza with US $15 million, equivalent to about 110 million yuan. For earthquake relief in Gansu, the Red Cross Society of China allocated only US $280,000 in emergency relief funds. Among them, staff subsidies, accommodation fees, management fees, and transportation fees are $295,000 US, and disaster relief costs are $15,000 US, one pack of instant noodles per person. A single pack of instant food is really insignificant to the victims. What is even more incredible is that 15 hours after the earthquake, the Chinese government announced that the rescue work was over." The official live broadcast of the rescue video shows that the rescuers of the Gansu Fire Department who participated in the rescue brought almost no large rescue tools and did not display much-needed rescue facilities such as life detectors. Much of the video footage shows that the rescuers only used the most primitive methods, such as hands and shovels, to move the debris on the ruins. During the prime time of rescuing people, the rescuers did not save people, but did cleaning work, setting up tents, etc. The Chinese government is not only very perfunctory in the rescue field, but also takes the opportunity to purchase supplies for the victims and embezzles the money intended to save lives. An insider provided the Gansu Provincial Red Cross Society's purchase cost list for disaster relief materials, which showed that the official purchase of a hand warmer costs US $70, which can be purchased on an online e-commerce platform for about US $20. The official purchase price of a 12 square meter cotton tent is US $308. A better tent online is US $74, etc. The source said almost every material purchased was much higher than the market price. When purchasing large quantities of goods, the price should be lower than the market price, which should save you thousands of dollars overall. The whistleblower said that out of the purchase fee of US $2.27 million, the authorities easily took away US $226,000 in management fees. Even so, the Chinese government still needs to show in its propaganda how the people thank the government and the party. In this regard, a statement made by Professor Qin Hui of Tsinghua University in 2020 attracted people's attention. Because disaster relief is the government's most basic responsibility, people around the world rarely thank the government for its disaster relief. Instead, they complain about the government's ineffectiveness and inadequacy. No one has ever thought that we should be grateful to the government for its disaster relief. Professor Qin Hui pointed out that a unique phenomenon in China is that once a natural disaster occurs, ordinary people will thank the government. Oh, the government's kindness is so great. If it weren't for the government's disaster relief, we would have died long ago. In fact, what is the mentality of Chinese officials towards the people? The following video illustrates some of this. On June 6, 2023, a video went viral on social media in mainland China. The incident took place in Changsha City, Hunan Province. A group of officials were filming a political propaganda video in front of a sign indicating National Patriotic Education Demonstration Base. Other officials couldn't help laughing when they heard the leader say, "Everything relies on the people."
就是一切为了人民，一切依靠人民。从
你居然笑场了！
Netizens left messages saying, "It turns out they also think this slogan is funny." Alas, they themselves don't believe it. Someone said, "Those who regard serving the people as a joke are serving the people." Some people also lamented, "The sound of laughing, only the people can't laugh." Someone else pointed out, "Isn't it funny to lie to yourself?" That's all for today. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and share it with your friends. We appreciate your support. See you next time.